Name?
Can't remember.
Mr. R. So.
I mean, the bloke was devastated. Everything he had been defiled. Photos smashed, clothes torn. They even did a whoopsie in his goldfish bowl. And there's nothing we can do.
You can fish it out. You've got to learn to walk away. There's more to life than being a copper.
I don't know how you can say that. You're virtually married to the force going out with Inspector Fowler. He doesn't care about anything but the police. Oh, I'm sorry, Pat. I didn't mean that...
I know very well what you meant, Maggie. And you're wrong. Raymond has a deep and romantic soul.
I think I've got a slow puncture. Ah, well, another evening spread out on the kitchen table, wrestling with my inner tube.
We've been together 10 years, Maggie. It can't all be candlelit dinner, jars of Vaseline and double-jointed sexual gymnastics.
My turn to cook tonight, I think, darling. I thought I might make rissoles.
Actually, tomorrow is the 10th anniversary of our relationship, and I'm going to surprise him with a special breakfast.
Or perhaps a nice bit of bloater.
Wake up, Raymond. Breakfast.
What? Oh, bless my twinkling stars, Patricia, what's all this? Well, coffee, toast, or something which at some point has certainly been toast, and scrambled egg, if I'm not mistaken.
You are? I'm afraid it's a waffle.
Dear.
People worry too much about how food looks. I mean, what's it going to look like after it's worked its way through 28 feet of small intestine?
Well, quite. Perhaps a smidgen too much salt.
There isn't any salt in it.
I'm afraid there is.
Well, in that case, I put sugar on your bacon and eggs. Those Habitat serving jars I put everything in. You can't tell one thing from another.
Well, I can never force much down in the morning anyway, except perhaps a cup of coffee.
Well, it's only instant.
In this case, instant gravy. Another mix-up with the serving jars, I fear, my darling. Oh, well, never mind. All in all, it was a very nice, thought. I can't imagine what moved you to such a splendid gesture.
Can't you?
No, I fear not, but it's much appreciated anyway. Now, I really must rush. I have a small gift item to pick up before work.
Oh, Peachy, you did remember.
Well, of course I remembered, Cabbage. I always remember the important things.
Cutting edge of technology, cutting edge of fannying about. What's wrong with a biro? That's what I say. I've booted up and I've patched in. I'm online, offline, downloaded and extremely cheesed off.
You need to integrate your power supply at source, sir.
What?
Plug it in.
And so to the topic of the day, which is pickpocketing. Oh, by the way, I'll just leave the collecting tin for the Queen's birthday present here, shall I? About £3 apiece should cover it.
Excuse me, sir. I didn't quite catch that.
The collecting tin for the Queen's official birthday, which is next week. But of course you all knew that. We are members of Her Majesty's police force. The Queen is, in effect, our boss. And compared to many bosses, she is a model employer. She does not attempt to kiss the secretaries at the Christmas party. She does not insist on having the best coffee mug or hogging all the chocolate hobnobs. She's had a pretty rotten time of it of late, and I thought it'd be a nice thing to show her that she's appreciated.
Personally, I think celebrating birthdays at work is a bad idea.
Yes, well, on this occasion...
I mean, that awful business of going for a curry with people you either don't know or you don't like.
Yes, well...
There is nothing to do but drink. So before you know it, you're doing the old elephant impression. And everyone else in the restaurant hates you because, quite frankly, They couldn't give a flying hoo-ha whether the birthday girl lives or dies.
Yes. Well, I wasn't really thinking of taking Her Majesty for a curry.
What's your elephant impression, Frank?
Well, you pull your trousers pockets inside out, you see? And then you...
I have, in fact, already taken the liberty of purchasing her a gift. A small porcelain figurine of a young lad fishing. Well, the collecting tin is there, as I say. It's very much up to you.
I don't want to buy the Queen a present, sir. She's an antichrist.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, no, I mean anarchist. No. What's that word for someone who's out of date and doesn't matter anymore?
I think you mean an anachronism.
Yes, that's right. The Queen's an anachronism.
I thought that was someone who was scared of spiders.
No, that's an arachnophobic.
I thought that was a person who was scared of wide open spaces.
No, that's agoraphobics. They can't handle going outside. Arachnophobics hate spiders.
Look, we're talking about the Queen.
Is the Queen scared of spiders?
Well, you wouldn't have thought so, but it's beginning to look that way.
Perhaps that's why she's scared to go outside.
Can you spare Habib a moment?
Yes, of course. Carry on, Constable.
Thank you, darling.
Not darling. Inspector, darling.
Sorry, I'm just so happy, so excited. Will you give it me after work?
Possibly, I don't know.
Don't spoil it. I only get one once a year and I want it to be a surprise.
Engaged again. What's the point of belonging to the emergency lost credit card instant speedy hotline if whenever you ring them, they're engaged?
Raymond, have you bought a birthday present for the Queen?
Yes, is there a problem?
When did you last buy me a present?
Why, on your last birthday, I believe.
A set of reversible spanners is not a present. It is a coded request to get a smack in the mouth. You idiot, Raymond. Police stations don't send loyal greetings to the monarch anymore. The Queen and her whole family have become a joke. You've only got to read the papers.
Get on with your work, Constable. I do not read the papers, Patricia. And therefore I do not suffer from the illusion that rumour, innuendo, and downright cheek constitute news. If you want to read something, then read a book. For there is more that is true and relevant in one page of Scott or Thackeray than in every newspaper ever printed.
You haven't read any Walter Scott in years. Or any flippin' Thackeray. You read Biggles books. And you make slapping noises in your cocoa while you do it.
I was extremely proud of you today, Constable Habib. It wasn't your fault the silly fool jumped.
Inspector Fowler, you are under arrest.
I beg your pardon, Inspector Grimm.
A credit card belonging to you has been used to hire a car which was subsequently deployed in a drug deal.
You know damn well that my pocket was picked. My credit cards were taken.
Is that so? Well, it hasn't been reported stolen, has it, Gray?
No, sir. So when did you discover the loss of this credit card then, sir?
Well, this morning at the briefing,
And yet you still haven't reported it 8 hours later?
Well, I've been trying. They were engaged. And
How's it feel to have someone being a bit clever and hoity-toity with you for a change, Raymond?
You got the bloke who nicked your card and the drugs, innit?
It's gonna look pretty amusing when it comes up on your statement. A stolen car plus £half a pound of heroin. You be a bit more careful in future.
Yes, thank you, Derek. I will.
Inspector Grimm, there's been another burglary.
Sergeant Dawkins, how often do I have to tell you I'm a detective inspector? I don't bother with burglaries. Get uniform to go.
All right. Constable Habib, Inspector Grimm's house has just been burgled.
Let's go!
Wonder if he'll lose his self-esteem and try and kill himself.
He will when he realises it was a hoax. Do you know, sometimes I just can't read my own handwriting.
It was extremely wrong of you, Patricia. But he was probably going home anyway. Thank you.
Stuff it.
I'm afraid Sergeant Dawkins isn't very pleased with you, Inspector.
The 10th anniversary of our relationship and you didn't get me anything.
Well, I don't know why he sets such store by presents anyway, Pat. Personally, I hate the way a man thinks. When he's acted like a complete Burke, he can make it all right with a few chockies and a bottle of champagne.
Well, I'd love a man who bought me chockies and champagne.
Well, maybe for an anniversary. But any bloke who thought he could buy my affections like that, I get a punch in the mouth. What do you want, Kevin? And what are you hiding behind your back?
Nothing.
Nothing. That is, except the chocolates and champagne, which I asked you to get for me while I was out at the suicide attempt. Isn't that right, Goody? Well, hand them over then, laddie. We can settle up later. Well, now, Cabbage. I have to confess that I'm more than a little hurt that you could think I would forget our anniversary. Perhaps sometimes you forget that I have feelings too.
I'm sorry, Peachy. To darling Maggie. Spelt with one G and a Y. Sorry about arresting the lollipop man. Any chance of a bunk-up? Love, Kevin.
Do you think we got away with it?